Hello and welcome to Edison TV. I'm Dan Ridsdale and today I'm joined by Michael Riedl, Chief Executive Officer of Team Internet. Michael, many thanks for joining me today.
Great to be here today, Dan.
And can you start with just giving us a picture of where you are now? Team Internet is a diverse business, three divisions, two of which are doing well and another one which has hit some setbacks. Can you just explain the picture as we stand right now?
Right. So historically we've been a domain name only business and have now recently expanded into online marketing business models. The first business, the domain business, is in the best shape it has ever been. So that is great. And also our comparison business is going from strength to strength. It is just now that our search business goes through a certain renovation process, going from an old workflow called AdSense for domains, which still comes back from the 2000s, which will now be transitioned into a new workflow called related search on content, which is much more modernized for the future, for the 2020s, 30s, and 40s. And in this transition process, we will now expect some lower trading margins for the short term as we optimize for the new workflow. However, our view for the future of the business is just as optimistic as it has always been, with RSOC enabling us to having a much longer growth runway than we had before and delivering a much better advertiser and also user experience.
Great. And in terms of that navigation from AdSense for domains to the new platform, can you talk about the steps that you're taking to make that navigation and also explain why you believe Team Internet is well placed? What are the key assets, the key technologies, relationships, and so on that you have that make you well placed to retain market share through that transition?
So first, it starts with a great team, and the great team is still there. In the end, we are doing the same thing, engaging with users on social media and converting the users by using search ads coming from Google. It is just the exact workflow that is now changing, and this is why we are experiencing a few % margin contraction now and expect it to very naturally return to where it was before. The other things that you need is a trusted relationship with Google. Google does not allow everybody to send traffic to the ad campaigns that their customers have booked. And for the rest, I can't go too much detail on the exact technology because these are, of course, very confidential items. However, it is very much a machine learning based process where algorithms basically identify what has gone wrong or right on each and every customer conversion and constantly becoming better over time. This is again the reason why the setback in trading margins is only temporary and will almost automatically go back to the old levels.
Great. And in 2025, you're going to be in this transition phase where you've got, I guess, the decline in the AdSense for domains business, but the related search on content will be growing. What should we look for in terms of, I guess, key metrics for judging where you are in that transition and how much revenue is from the growth areas and how much is from the declining areas?
Today, it is still too early on the journey to push out KPIs on this, in particular also for reasons of commercial sensitivity. We don't want to hint to all our competitors where we already stand, but we will consider potentially providing a ratio between AdSense for domains and related search on content, but probably not earlier than our H1 results this year. Okay.
And can we move on to comparison now? I mean, that had a real breakout year, 43% growth, profitable growth. What's been driving that?
We have been harvesting the seeds that we planted in 2002 and 2023, which are a completely modularized platform that can be very quickly adapted to new customer groups and to foreign abroad markets. Secondly, it is a partnership program that we've built up where we are not only making money from our e-commerce partners like Amazon, but also earning money directly from the product manufacturers who are just as grateful for us bringing customers to them. And then again, it is our very consequent application of of machine learning across all business in the group, and in this business also generative AI, which has just helped us producing way more high quality product reviews per time unit than before.
Great. And as I understand, international expansion is a key part of the growth strategy for Comparison.
That's right.
Can you talk about that, and what are the key things you need to put into place to guarantee your growth in new markets?
In the end, with this modularized platform, we go into each market with the exact same platform. However, the website will learn itself what it could improve, and then it will automatically adapt itself, of course with some guidance from our team, to become the best fit for the local market. And we're already seeing things that, for example, now in France, the price of the product shows a different place as compared to Germany. Our logo in Italy shows a different color than it does in Germany, which is all findings through machine learning. And we've now, in very short order, went into Italy, Spain, and relaunched our French presence based on the new platform, which already expands our total addressable market from roughly 100 million German speakers in Europe by another 160 million people over Italy, France, and Spain. And while we can't give away our exact international roadmap, you can feel lucky. The United Kingdom is basically the next market that we're going into, which will be as soon as the month of April.
Look forward to that. And can we move to DIS, the domains business now? That business has been performing robust growth for some time, but equally you've been putting a lot of work into that business in terms of optimizing it and rationalizing it and so on. Can you talk about that?
Right. So domains have always been a safe bench. We now for a couple of years experience above market growth, which now for the last 2 years we are also combining with streamlined operations. So you basically see revenue growing faster than volumes, gross profit growing faster than gross revenue, and EBITDA growing even faster than gross profit. And we believe that we still have material runway on all three factors. Not all hosting companies in this world outsource their domain procurement, so there's still more to come. When people would look up our trust ratings on websites like Trustpilot or others, they would find that we are several stars better than most direct competitors. And also here, the integration of different platforms towards one unified platform at the final stage, combined with the, again, consequent application of modern technology like machine learning and generative AI, will also help us here to deliver our services at lower cost for the delight of our customers.
Interesting. So more to come there. You've recently helpfully improved your segment reporting. You've broken out Comparison, and you're breaking the profitability down to EBITDA level, which for us analysts helps us carry out some of the parts analysis. You've recently, you have talked in the past about corporate actions and the opportunities to carve out different businesses so they run separately. What's your latest thinking on those terms?
Today we have 3 operating divisions, which are now also identical to our reporting segments. Each of these divisions has a massive opportunity ahead of itself. The continued growth in domains and further optimization, the internationalization and expansion into the long tail for the Comparison division, and the transition to RSOC and the rebound of the profits aligned with that. So this will be very much the focus for Q2, making sure that all these things actually happen according to plan. And then when we look back at the times when we were a domain names only business, we were consistently trading in the bandwidth between 10 times and 12 times EBITDA, which is very far from where we are today. So we hope that this is helpful for analysts to discover the intrinsic value of the group when they have the opportunity to compare division by division what are appropriate comparables, which will hopefully bring them to a conclusion that they could bid more for the shares than they do today.
And finally, capital allocation. You've obviously cut the dividend. Can you talk through your priorities in terms of capitalization as you're going through this transition period?
Right. So first of all, we've not cut the dividend. We've already paid a 1p interim dividend. We're just not grossing that up by another dividend for the year 2024. And at this stage, we as the management team are very comfortable with the level of debt, but we also hear that others would like to see other levels. So also here, probably for the remainder of the first half of the year, we will focus very much on the leverage. Of course, we will continue to run the current share buyback program until it has expired. And when that has happened, we will then reconsider the situation and decide on next steps.
Michael, many thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Dan, for having me.